What is up, everybody? I'm What If Study here. Today we are doing What If Deku was, let's say Baki, right? We will not start out with Deku, however. We will start off with the perspective of Endeavor. Endeavor. Walking down the dark alleyway, he finds himself down this secluded, desolate hallway. He has no recollection of where he came from, nor where he is going. He only knows his walk. Once he finally perks up, he lights his hand on fire, throwing it forward. The lash of fire illuminates the room. His eyes spike up as he realizes where he is. The crypt. The great crypt. I never thought. A girl behind him saying, "What? Did you forget that I was here?" God, you're such an idiot. The fuck? As then he turns around and sees a girl with a skull mask. Like a 10 out of 10 body, I'm just saying. She has quite the short stature, however, she seems quite confident. Even though she's facing down the second top hero. She says, "Oh, you fool. You see what you've done?" As all of the, all the different torches in the room start to light up, one after another, illuminating each of the crypt, sort of guard frames. All these different grave tombs and coffins are illuminated. This massive dome, sort of, with barely any spotlight coming through. I came a long way to get here. You're not getting in my way. What is it you seek to gain here is something that you cannot control. Who's to say that? I only came here for one person and one person only. Yes, I know. However, I don't think you can handle him. Who is it to say that? Fine. If you want to die and kill everybody up there, do it. At least do it for my amusement, then. Just get out of my way. Fine. You should respect your elders anyways, as he pushes her out of the way and walks straight towards the tallest of all of the coffins. This one up on a podium, surrounded by these different branches and different follies of, traps. However, he just lights it on fire, immediately torching down all of the traps in front of it, including the trap wires, which all activate in front of him as he walks straight through it. He places his hand on the runic, in emblems, slides his hand across it, reading it out, as thus: those who awaken this thing will all reap the consequences. All of Earth shall reap the consequences. As in consequences, could be anything. Oh yeah, sure, just open up the thing that could possibly kill all mankind, or help it. Yes, don't save it for anything. Shut up. I make my own choices. You really are an idiot. He grips on to the casket's, top of it, trying to, crowbar it open with just his hands. No. You see, you have to read out, lighting his arms on fire and then releasing all of his power, making a cauldron of, fire up into the air. This column of flames burst through the temple, the crypt, finally busting open the thing by sheer force. Endeavor's pushed all the way back as the release of force is enough for him to be knocked out from hitting his head against the wall. Endeavor slowly tries to recover, as he can barely see anything. He's knocked out on the ground. Woo! That was a close one. He almost took all of us out with him. What did he release this time? Humanity? What will they do next? Anyways, wake up, sleepyhead. Humanity apparently needs you. Enough to actually just force your tomb open. As she, takes her bends over the railing. Her sort of skull and crossbones that are all across her. The bones that protect her as natural armor. She kind of looks like a shaman, by the way. However, a face meets her instantly. Whoa! You kept all of your skin intact, I see. You must be pretty powerful to have that happen. As Deku just continues to stare into her eyes. Even though she tries to look away, he keeps his eyes straight onto her. He kind of inspects her. Are you trying to say something? Man, you really are a powerful one if you can speak. I want the strongest. The strongest? Well, he's not here. As she kind of smirks and laughs to herself a little bit while looking at Endeavor. Where is he? Well, if you're looking for the strongest, I believe he should be in Hoshu City, from what this man has told me. Thank you. As he starts to hobble away. I don't think you'll survive a fight against him. Plus, they need you to fight a bad guy, not a hero. What says that? What says that exactly? As she peers over to see Endeavor holding up onto his knee, hoisting himself back up using a rock near him. Exactly. You will defeat him for me, and I shall take the place for myself. I don't know many of the politics or whatever's going on up there. However, I know that murder is bad. Well, generally, at least. Is he bad? Enough of these questions. I will leave with my prize. He's no prize, he's a living human. He's my undead bodyguard now. Come. I'll show you the way to your target, and in return, you shall defeat him for me. There is silence from Deku. All right, then. Shall we get going, then? Right. As then he opens up his hand and releases a gigantic fireball, destroying the barrier keeping them inside this crypt. They make their way all the way up to the surface. Back in Hoshu City, All Might, inside of one of those meetings, as he's leaving one of those, he meets with Nezu in the hallway, overlooking the whole city at the tallest point, one of their tallest buildings in the whole entire world, looking above the clouds at this point. They wanted to build one that had a hawk's eye view. Each of the top heroes had gotten their own buildings. Endeavor made a whole city. That greedy bastard. Hawks made this building exactly. It's great for holding peace talks, however, as no villain can actually hit us from all the way up here. And also, there is no such thing as drones in this universe. So, that's pretty cool. As for my own estate, Nezu, I don't think that no one could get into it. It's this... The Trading Academy is fine, if that's what you mean. Right, I forgot I gave it over to you. It's only been 3 years, Endeavor. All Might. Let's just hope those kids can survive what's coming next. You felt it too, huh, All Might? Yeah. My death is coming soon. whether it be by the heroes or your rival. I prepared everything. Hero, please accept our severance package and also life. Well, what was it called again? Like life insurance? Death insurance? I don't know what it was called. Either way, just like a whole plan for when he dies, basically. His hand shakes as he scribbles down his name, barely legible writing. I can't believe that this is going to happen to me. Accepting your death is a bitch. I understand it. What do you mean? A long time ago, a sort of background thing starts happening. I was part of the squads that we were on, remember? Yeah? You were in the intelligence, however. Yes. One of the villains had taken control of 3 of the intelligence people. Valida and Ino. Both were girls that I much respected and liked. They tried to murder me. That's where this scar came from. I placed my faith in them and everything. Everything that I worked up towards, they approved. They gave me everything and asked for nothing back. I learned that day to depend only on myself and no one else. But that is no way to live your life. I accepted my death, and that was my punishment. To learn the wrong lesson. I hope that you don't learn the wrong lesson. Okay? Accept your death without regret. That is my gift. His hand steadies. Right. When do you think it'll happen? I can feel it getting closer, can't you? The villainous power. You better fight it before anybody gets in its way. All Might straps up for his final mission, getting on his mask and all of his clothes. As we go back to the hunting party, basically. Deku facing down 3 heroes. The bunny girl, stringy guy, and the guy that has an orca face. Orca fucker or whatever the hell. As he's being held down and he's holding onto his ears, and then he realizes, wait a minute, I can't hear. Since he's basically undead, he kind of doesn't really have much hearing anymore. He's kind of just going off of what other people say. And what people's mouths do. So then once he realizes that, he just takes up the strings and then pulls the guy towards him. Best Genius is immediately in trouble, and the girl kicks Deku's fist away from his face. However, he comes up with the other fist, grabbing onto her leg, and then throwing her into the ground, making a huge explosion. Best Genius wraps him all the way up, covering his mouth and also the rest of him. As he tries to speak words of power, his breath is immediately stopped. How about we actually just make him a dragon priest? Yeah, he's a dragon priest. Yeah, that one instead. That works for this what if. Either way, basically, he can speak words of power. Dragon speech, and he has magic, basically. I would say he also has some immense strength in some fashion. But basically, he turns back to see Best Genius, holding him still. However, he starts to he turns his body on fire. But then he's punched in the stomach by the orca guy and sent skyrocketing into the air. Which then he gets kicked straight in the stomach, flying all the way down to the ground as this massive shockwave clears out the area of dust and also smoke and fire from the fires that Deku had started. Endeavor had started. All Might says, "Do not fear! I am here. As all the rest of the heroes kind of clear out of the way. You know, the bunny girl kind of hopping away as Best Jeanist wraps her up in the foil, trying to keep her from, getting injured anymore as he transports her back to the hospital. Orca guys looks from afar, trying to scan around, trying to find Endeavor, wherever he may be. However, All Might looks down to find Deku gone. Looking for me, strongest of this world? What the? You forgot your place. And then punches the side of All Might, right in this sore spot. As All Might actually recoils from this. However, he quickly regains this. How dare! As then he comes up with an uppercut, which misses Deku barely, scaving off the side of Deku's face. Deku plants his hands into the stomach of All Might, and he's like, what happens when you use combustion magic inside of somebody's body? Internal combustion, of course. How resistant are you to fire, by the way? You talk too much! As he comes up for he just tries to bat Deku in the face and bats him off into the side, throwing him into the side of the mountain, and then grabs onto his face and crushes him into the mountain. He starts ripping his face across it as shreds and pieces of Deku's face are being shredded off. Deku just continues to stare at All Might as All Might's like, "What the hell are you?" And then picks up his face and then throws him straight into the ground. He readies up a Detroit Smash, which will basically eviscerate Deku at this point. However, instantly he sees himself in the place of Deku. What? Illusion magic is quite useful when used in the right spots. As then he gets uppercutted straight into the up into the sky, which then Deku sort of rises up into the air to meet the gaze of All Might. All Might's still stunned from the uppercut. He throws a wild punch but barely misses as Deku courses his head down beneath him, and then just grabs onto his face, and then uses and then shouts a word of power, sending All Might off into space. You may be super strong and basically immortal to all magical attacks. However, are you undead, or are you able to breathe in space? All Might floating out in space. What the fuck? No, I can't die like this! As he starts to slowly float off into space, his voice becomes null. Deku, looking out, however, squints his eyes a few seconds, grabs onto All Might, and then throws him straight towards Earth. I'm not done with you yet. All Might finally regains some consciousness as he's falling through the atmosphere like a asteroid. Gaining more and more speed, he's falling faster and faster. This is dangerous. If he hits the ground at this pace, it might kill him. He gets his legs into a squatting motion, barely stopping the impact as then he holds it all in a squat, his ass barely touching the ground. This huge, crater immediately takes out one of the skyscrapers, crashing down onto Endeavor's house, completely flattening literally everything around it. These were strong-ass buildings, too. As All Might finally catches his breath. Holy shit! Why did he save me? As then he looks up. I wanted a good fight. As he hears this mad cackling from the sky, as he sees this fiery dragon coming from it, breathing fire all around it. It's ignited as it falls through the atmosphere straight towards All for One. He looks up, seeing this. If this will be my death on the fiery wings of a dragon, so be it. but I will not die without a fight, for I am the world's strongest, and I will never die in vain. United States! Everyone, forgive me. Up smash! Thank you so much for watching. I will quite possibly, continue this. Hopefully nobody clicked off from the beginning, getting confused that this wasn't Dragon Priest, which probably will cause us to have much less views. However, I guarantee that I will do a part 2 as long as this one gets 1,000. That's all I ask for, 1,000. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys sometime, somewhere.